Let us begin with a truth that will forever change how you see the roof of the world's most enduring resident. The yak is not just a shaggy, lumbering beast that roams the high Himalayas. It is one of the most extraordinary, resilient, and culturally significant animals on Earth, a creature that has been surviving at the highest altitudes on the planet for over 2 million years, long before the first humans set foot in the mountains, long before the first monasteries were built, and long before the world even knew of the existence of this remote and breathtaking landscape. It is a living testament to the power of adaptation, a creature that has evolved to thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, where the air is so thin that helicopters struggle to fly. The temperatures drop to 40 degrees below zero, and the landscape is a barren, windswept expanse of rock and ice. It is a master of survival with lungs that are larger than those of any other bovine, a heart that is adapted to pump oxygen efficiently in the thin air, and a thick, woolly coat that protects it from the freezing cold. It is also a creature of remarkable gentle nature, a provider, a companion, and a symbol of the indomitable spirit of the high mountains. But here is the paradox that haunts every conservation biologist who studies them. Despite their incredible resilience and their ancient bond with the people of the Himalayas, yaks are facing unprecedented threats from human activity. Their habitats are being destroyed by climate change and overgrazing. Their genetic diversity is being eroded by crossbreeding with domestic cattle, and their populations are declining at an alarming rate. The yak has been on this planet for over 2 million years, surviving ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and the shifting of continents. It has witnessed the rise of our species, the building of civilizations, and the destruction of wild places. And now it is looking at us with those large, soulful eyes, and it is asking a question that we are too afraid to hear. What have you done with your world? Today, we are telling the biography of the yak. Not one species, but all yaks, the diverse, resilient, and endangered guardians of the highest mountains on Earth. The yak, Boj mutus for the wild species, and Boj grunniens for the domesticated, belongs to the family Bovidae, which includes cattle, buffalo, and bison. The yak lineage is one of the oldest cattle lineages in Asia, with fossils dating back to the Pleistocene epoch, over 2 million years ago. The earliest yaks were adapted to the cold, open landscapes of the Ice Age, and they evolved into the highly specialized, high-altitude animals we know today. They are found primarily in the high-altitude regions of the Himalayas, the Tibetan Plateau, and the mountains of Central Asia, at elevations ranging from 3,000 to over 5,000 meters. They are found in a range of habitats, from the alpine meadows of the Himalayas to the arid, windswept steppes of the Tibetan Plateau. The wild yak is found in remote, inaccessible regions of the Tibetan Plateau, where it is one of the last remaining large mammals of the region. The domesticated yak is found across the Himalayan region, where it is an integral part of the culture and economy of the indigenous peoples of the mountains. Despite their wide distribution, yak populations are under immense threat. The wild yak is classified as vulnerable, with an estimated population of only 15,000 to 20,000 individuals remaining in the wild. The domesticated yak is also under threat, as crossbreeding with domestic cattle is eroding its genetic diversity. The yak is a creature of extremes, but it is also a creature of vulnerability. What defines a yak? Let us start with the body, because the yak's body is a monument to high-altitude adaptation. Yaks have a distinctive body shape with a large, robust body, a short, thick neck, and a pair of curved horns, which are found in both males and females. The horns are used for fighting, display, and foraging. Their bodies are covered in a thick, woolly coat, which is made up of 2 layers, a dense, woolly undercoat that provides insulation, and a longer, coarse guard hair that protects them from the wind and snow. The coat is highly effective at keeping the yak warm in the freezing temperatures of the high mountains. Their lungs are larger than those of any other bovine, allowing them to extract oxygen more efficiently from the thin air. Their heart is also adapted to pump oxygen efficiently, with a higher concentration of red blood cells and a higher hemoglobin content. Their feet are wide and split, providing excellent traction on the steep, rocky terrain, and their hooves are adapted for traversing snow and ice. Their average lifespan is 20 to 25 years, depending on the species. The yak is a creature of remarkable adaptation, but it is also a creature of fragility. Now let us talk about the yak's daily life and social structure, because the yak is not a solitary creature. The wild yak is a social animal, living in herds of up to several hundred individuals, while the domesticated yak is also social, living in herds that are managed by their human caretakers. The herd is a complex social structure, with individuals forming strong bonds with their family members and engaging in a range of social behaviors. The herd is typically led by an experienced female or matriarch, which guides the herd during its seasonal migrations. The females and their young form the core of the herd, and they are highly protective of their offspring. Yaks are known to communicate through a variety of vocalizations, including grunts, snorts, and a distinctive lowing sound. They are primarily diurnal, active during the day, spending their time grazing on the alpine meadows. They are known to be curious and intelligent, and they have been observed showing signs of affection and empathy toward their herd mates. The yak's life is a slow, deliberate process, but it is also a process of survival against the odds. The yak's diet is as varied as its species. It is primarily a herbivore, feeding on a wide variety of vegetation, including grasses, sedges, herbs, and shrubs. They are known to be selective feeders, preferring certain types of plants over others. They are also known to eat a variety of other plant matter, including lichens and mosses. They are ruminants with a complex digestive system that allows them to extract nutrients from tough, fibrous plant matter. Their feeding habits shape the ecosystem. By consuming vast quantities of vegetation, they help to control plant populations, preventing overgrowth and maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. They are also important nutrient recyclers, as their dung fertilizes the soil and helps to support the growth of new plants. Reproduction is another critical aspect of the yak's life story, and it is a slow, deliberate process that reflects the species' vulnerability. Yaks have a relatively slow reproductive rate, with females typically giving birth to a single calf every 1 to 2 years. The gestation period is approximately 9 months, and the calf is born weighing about 15 to 20 kilograms. The calf is born with a thick, woolly coat and is able to stand and walk within a few hours of birth. The mother provides extensive parental care, nursing the calf for several months and teaching it the skills it needs to survive. The yak's reproductive strategy is one of quality over quantity, with a high investment in each offspring to ensure its survival. Now let us talk about the yak's daily struggle, because life for a yak is a constant battle against hunger, disease, and the encroachment of humans. Yaks face a variety of natural threats, including predators like wolves, snow leopards, and bears, which prey on them. They also face threats from disease and parasites, which can weaken them and make them vulnerable to predation. However, the most significant threat to yak survival is human activity. Yaks are losing their habitats to climate change and overgrazing. Their genetic diversity is being eroded by crossbreeding with domestic cattle, and their populations are being affected by hunting and poaching. Climate change is also altering the distribution of their food sources, as the alpine meadows warm and the plants they rely on are replaced by other species. The yak struggle is not just a biological one. It is a fight against the consequences of human activity, a fight that will determine its fate. How is the yak useful to humans? Let us count the ways that are rarely acknowledged. First, transportation. Yaks are used as pack animals in the high mountains, carrying goods across the steep, rugged terrain where vehicles cannot go. Second, food. Yak meat is a valuable source of protein for the people of the Himalayas, and it is highly nutritious. Yak milk is also used to make butter, cheese, and yogurt. Third, clothing and shelter. Yak hair and wool are used to make clothing, tents, and ropes, which are essential for survival in the harsh mountain environment. Fourth, fuel. Yak dung is used as fuel for heating and cooking, as there is little other fuel available in the high mountains. Fifth, scientific research. Yaks are a model species for studying high-altitude physiology and adaptation. Their unique blood composition has provided insights into the biology of oxygen transport. Sixth, cultural significance. Yaks have been woven into the mythology and art of the Himalayan peoples for millennia, representing strength, endurance, and the spirit of the high mountains. Now, what can humans learn from the yak? First, the power of endurance. Yaks can survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Humans can learn to be more resilient and determined. Second, the importance of community. Yaks live in herds, protecting and caring for each other. Humans can learn to value their communities. Third, that the natural world is sacred. Yaks live in harmony with their environment. We cannot survive without the natural world. Now let us talk about conservation, because the story of the yak is not over. It is being written now by each of us. The wild yak is classified as vulnerable, with an estimated population of only 15,000 to 20,000 individuals remaining in the wild. The domesticated yak is also under threat, as crossbreeding with domestic cattle is eroding its genetic diversity. The primary threats to yak populations are habitat loss, overgrazing, climate change, and crossbreeding. There are solutions. Protecting critical habitats, including alpine meadows and migration corridors, is essential. Implementing sustainable grazing practices can also help. Protecting the genetic integrity of the yak through breeding programs and conservation efforts is critical. Education is key. People need to understand that yaks are not just a resource, they are essential partners in the health of the planet and the preservation of Himalayan cultures. The future of the yak depends on our choices today. And now, we come to the final truth. The yak has been on this planet for over 2 million years. It has survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and the shifting of continents. It has witnessed the rise of our species from small, frightened mammals into global dominators. It has been hunted, captured, and pushed to the brink. And yet, it is still here, grazing on the alpine meadows, traversing the high passes, and raising its young. It is looking at us with those large, soulful eyes, and it is asking a question that we are too afraid to hear. What have you done with your world? We have the power to destroy the yak. We also have the power to save it. The choice is ours. Every time we look at a yak, we see a creature that is not so different from us. A creature that has adapted to one of the harshest environments on Earth. A creature that has traveled alongside us through history. A creature that teaches us what it means to be human. Because in the end, the yak is not just an animal. It is a mirror. It reflects our capacity for endurance, for community, for grief, and for hope. It shows us who we are and who we could become. So let us protect the yak. Not because it is useful, but because it is sacred. Not because it is endangered, but because it is irreplaceable. Let us give the yak a future, not just for its sake, but for ours. Because a world without yaks is a world without wonder, a world without wisdom, a world without endurance. And that is a world we do not want to live in.